Who else? We got Tyler Breeze is the Zoolander of wrestlers.
Which, yeah, he's the Zoolander of wrestlers. He's just Zoolander.
But it's awesome because his whole entrance is him checking himself out on his cell phone's mirror function.
And they have a giant cell phone in the background.
They have a giant...
that shows what is
that does the live stream,
broadcast.
The live stream.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I'll give you this. NXT knows how to make like an awesome entrance for people.
They know how to make really good heel characters, for sure. Not the face characters are like, eh.
Yeah, they're a little bland.
They don't really have anything for those guys to do. But the heel characters, like Bo Dallas is a great heel character.
He's not heel, he's face. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, he's such a good heel that people love him for it. Like, he's just so good at that. I'm such a nice guy, but I'm also the biggest dick in the world. But I'll give you a cookie because I want you to love me.
He's awesome.
He's so great. And a lot, like... pretty much everybody, like, because he's, for those that don't know, Bo Dallas is Bray Wyatt's brother. They're both sons of Erwin R. Shyster, a.k.a. Mike Rotunda. And all the people that know that basically want him to come up to WWE to join the Wyatt family. I respectfully disagree. I think that Bo Dallas's character is so good and so well formed, and it doesn't fit with the Wyatts to me. He's too nice of a guy to be a Wyatt. He's like... he might be, like, picked on by Bray and the Wyatt family as, like, an outsider. And
You're the black sheep of the Wyatt family.
They might play on the, you know, the fact that they're actually brothers. But I think he could make a perfectly good career as his own character. That's such a great character. I love his... just like the little things that he does. One of the best things. When he was wrestling a match on last week's episode, and the crowd started chanting, "Boring! Boring!" And Bo goes, "Yes! Yes! This is Bo's ring!" He's just so good. And the thing, like, where he's doing an interview, and he's like, "Oh, can I get some water, please? I'm a little thirsty." And the guy brings him a bottle of water. He's like, "Oh, could you bring me a glass? I don't drink out of bottles." Who could he feud with in WWE to, like, kickstart his character? Who's, like, the meanest, dickest
Ryback?
heel or face guy?
That's face?
Yeah, because it has to be, like, someone that people will cheer for, that the kids will cheer for at least.
Ziggler, the show off?
No, he's not, like... He's when he's a dick, he's a heel. He's a great dickish heel. He's like a shitty, boring face. But somebody like like Sheamus before he got injured and went away for a while, and now he's come back and gone back to just being a guy who loves to kick the shit out of people, which I love. But before that, he was like the big, like he was feuding with Damian Sandow for a while. And he was just like the big dumb idiot face that always wants to fight and solves all of his problems by fighting.
Who are we talking about? Ziggler? Sheamus. Okay. Because you're talking about Bo Dallas and who he would face up against.
Yeah. So Bo Dallas, who would be a good protagonist for Bo Dallas?
Bo versus John Cena, his hero?
Oh,
that's fated for the stars.
Maybe. But I don't know. John Cena's a nice guy, too. He's like Mr. Nice Guy, Mr., you know, helping everybody and values and whatever.
But they don't really have a ruthless face.
Yeah, they don't have like a...
They don't have a Stone Cold just sitting there waiting to be mocked.
Stone Cold would be great.
Stone Cold versus Bo Dallas. The match
or The Rock versus Bo Dallas even would be great. Just to, like, verbally undress him.
You hear that, Bo? We're pulling you up to the big leagues.
Yeah, man. He's got a good character. He deserves a good feud. I'm trying to think of, like, guys that are...
There's,
Daniel Bryan wouldn't really work, I don't think.
No.
Maybe he could work feuding against a heel character, but I don't know. Maybe one of the Shield when they turn face. It seems like they're turning him face
The whole team?
They had the thing where they attacked Kane and all that stuff. So, I don't know, maybe Seth Rollins or, like, maybe Dean Ambrose would be a badass, like, crazy guy face that he could just, like, be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Bo Dallas?
You are the epitome of everything I loathe about this world.
But anyway, we're spending way too much time on Bo Dallas. Let's continue on. CJ Parker. We should talk about CJ Parker. Because CJ Parker
has
one of my favorite gimmicks, and from what I've read, before he got this gimmick, he was like the most boring character ever. But then they turned him into this awesome fucking like hippie environmentalist who is
like
just
eco warrior,
who is just bitching at the whole NXT universe about how they don't recycle and they eat so much fast food and they litter all the time. And now he's apparently feuding with Mojo Rawley because
he's the type of guy that would eat 10 hamburgers
and throw the wrapper out the window. Yeah, because apparently Mojo Rawley stays hyped on
litter,
on high gluten fast food or whatever the fuck he said.
On over processed, not what is it?
Genetically
GMO,
modified.
GMO,
yeah, fast food. That was so good. Oh, and he said he goes, I'm going to humanely dispose of Mojo Rawley.
That's a great way to put someone down.
That's such a great that's how you build a character, man. All those little things of like just putting together become like a really interesting, compelling character. Again, heel characters are so much more compelling in general because they're built to get a response out of people.
Corey Graves, who's their British punk rocker guy.
Yeah, he seems like, well, he's not really British, but he has that goth punk vibe.
Yeah.
To him. But it seems like they're moving towards putting him over as the next top heel once Bo Dallas gets called up, because he's been starting a feud with Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn's like the hottest guy in NXT.
Really?
So I mean, based on crowd response, he gets the biggest crowd responses. But because look at the way he fucking wrestles. You know?
Yeah. I buy it.
That shit'll get you over like that. If the last year of WWE has taught us anything, it's that if you can wrestle like a motherfucker, it doesn't really matter what your character is. You're gonna get super over, just like Daniel Bryan, just like Cesaro. So
keep on wrestling.
Yeah.
If Dean Malenko wrestled today, would he be a bigger draw?
Maybe people. It seems like there's more of an appreciation for guys that can really wrestle their asses off. In WCW, there wasn't at all.
Yeah, it was just about who's got the bigger name.
Yeah, no, it was about the shit that like you said when you were watching as a kid. It was all about what's gonna happen, the drama and the shit that people are gonna say, and no one really cared that much about the wrestling. I was the same way when I was watching WCW. I didn't care about fucking Benoit and the cruiserweights and all that shit. No. But now I look back and I'm like, this is the most amazing shit ever. Why didn't I care about this?
That's some flippy floppy stuff. Yeah, exactly. I don't care.
I didn't even probably pay attention because like I was probably doing something else until I heard somebody important talk on TV.
This has been anything we're missing?
Yeah, I don't know if we're missing any characters. Xavier Woods is whatever. We don't have to talk about Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods is awesome. We saw and met Xavier Woods live at a youth fair about 2 years ago. And I have a lot of respect for Xavier Woods just because I saw him in person. And that sticks with you when you meet someone in person and then see them go on to do things. You're like, hey, I met that guy. That's cool.
Not a particularly impressive wrestler or character, though.
You just blew up my blimp.
Not to me. I mean, that's the thing about wrestling. It's everyone's different.
I just feel like maybe because he's black, he doesn't get the best
well, yeah, they give him
gimmick.
Like the funky,
you know what I mean?
The funky dancing
guy.
They
just give him a funky dancing gimmick, and they're like, hey, just show off your afro. Like, It's a cool throw, but
all the black guys that aren't like bodybuilders are basically like minstrel show kind of shit. Like that's pretty much.
So Xavier Woods, get a better gimmick, get some new theme music.
Oh, and Alexander Rusev. We should talk about Rusev.
Alexander Rusev.
Venom, yeah, or whatever it is.
He's been all over Raw.
Venom, yeah.
I don't know how she says it.
Yeah, it means attention.
He's just a big Goldberg-like beast.
No, he's not Goldberg-like. He
is.
He doesn't. He's don't even give him that much credit. His body shape is like triangle. It's like the weirdest body shape. He's just this mass of human, and he just goes around mauling people. He's really good. He's probably a better athlete than Goldberg, though. I think he's pretty athletic for a big guy.
He's a good heel.
I always have a soft spot for the heel guys that get over his heels in part by speaking in a different language and not telling anybody what they're saying. So that's always a great
classic move,
pissing people off move, for sure. Who else? Who else is there?
Paige, we love Paige, the women's champion.
Paige and Emma.
Paging Paige.
Paging Paige. I forgot about Paging Paige. Yeah, we've been Paige fans for
years.
For like 2 years now, right?
For years.
We saw her 2 years ago, I think, was the first time we saw her.
We saw her at the fair also.
And
she was very impressive.
I don't even remember thinking like she was a particularly good wrestler or anything like that. I just remember she was pale and hot and British, and I wanted her.
That's all it takes.
That's all you need, really. And last year we saw Emma, but we didn't know who she was. Emma and Summer Rae were a tag team against Paige and somebody else. And that was, I remember because we started a "You Can't Dance" chant for Emma.
Yeah,
because she was doing that.
We were hating
thing
on Emma. How dare we?
We had no idea
that she was a superstar.
Yeah, she's got. I love her whole thing too. That supposedly she started out as just like this, like bitchy,
Australian
clumsy heel person, and like she committed to the character so much that it just became so endearing, and she was like such a klutz that she was like always falling over, and she does that thing where she like tries to like
pull herself up,
skin the cat into the ring, but she does it like fucking super herky jerky, and it takes like 3 or 4 seconds for her to actually get up there. And the crowd eventually became so amused by this that every time she does it now they go, whoa, and then they cheer when she finally gets in the ring.
Emma Paige.